Hi, everyone. My name is Caleb with We the People of Missouri. I'm here with Nixa School Board candidate Mike Miller.
Hi.
Mike, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
Thank you. So, Mike, why are you running for Nixa School Board, and why did you choose to run now?
Well, it's kind of a long answer. I'm going to try to can it and make it smaller for sake of brevity. And basically, during the quarantine, I noticed some things that my kids were learning that I didn't agree with. I felt divisive and destructive in their thoughts. Dare say somewhat anti-American. I didn't like that. There were some surveys sent out at the beginning of the eighth grade school year that were not school sanctioned, that teachers were asking about gender identity and what they identify as, things like that. And when we approached the school knew nothing about it. So why am I running? Because I'd like a voice in things like that when they come across the table to be decided upon. Why now? Because I've put things off too long. Everyone needs to step up now and take part. We're a government for, by, and of the people. And if the people don't participate, then we don't have a say.
Absolutely. I agree.
Okay.
We appreciate you stepping up and doing this, and we need more people to step up too.
Agreed.
So what is your stance on mandated mask wearing and or vaccines?
I don't like mandates. I understand, that in the beginning, the first couple of weeks, we didn't know what was going on. We kind of needed to go into protection mode. I understand that. I've been in healthcare for almost 20 years. So I get that. After we had available science that was showing that the masks really were not doing what we thought they were doing, I think that should have been up to the parent. It's not something that I think any government entity should have mandated. As far as the vaccine, I don't think mandates are appropriate. It's not had the time and testing. I know the little disclaimers on all the posts on social media say otherwise, but fact is we don't have enough human trials in this to know what's going to happen long term. And school-age children especially, there are even less trials on children than there are adults. And no, I'm not for mandates for those. I'm for people's choice.
What is your stance on diversity, equity, and inclusion?
I love diversity. I love inclusion. I don't love equity. I love equality. I like equality of opportunity. I don't like equality of outcome. Equity is a dangerous thing in that it will not help those that it is boosting, and it will be detrimental to people who try to excel. And so that being said, I can't get behind equity, the equity part of it. I think a diverse society is a healthy society, and I think no one should be left out. But equity, I don't agree with.
Do you support the teaching of critical race theory in schools?
No.
Why or why not?
Because it's divisive. It teaches children that they are either guilty of being an oppressor or being oppressed simply by the melanin level in their skin. And it's a silly concept. The idea that any child is born racist is, we're all born sinners, but we're not necessarily born racists. That's something that's taught. And as ugly as it is, we have black eyes in our history, but we teach that. Even back 100 years ago when I was a kid, I remember we were taught about slavery and that slavery was wrong. There was nothing redeemable about the practice of it. We still should teach the same thing, but we don't do that. We don't sacrifice our children and our future society to try to right a wrong, if you will, that can't really be righted other than to learn from and move forward.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it.
How do you feel about the recent National School Board Association's letter that called parents attending school board meetings domestic terrorists?
I think it's a travesty. I think it's a group of people who have some power and have the momentum, so to speak, in the government right now. I think to call people who are trying to express their frustrations and their opinions in a nonviolent way, to call them domestic terrorists is in my opinion, borderline evil. It's the adult version of kids beating another kid up just to shut him up. Using power. It's an abuse
Absolutely.
of power. is what it is. So that's my opinion.
All right. Well, where can we go to find out more about you?
My website is mmillerfornps.org. I'm also on Facebook.
Okay.
Please look me up there. It's Mike Miller for Nixa School Board. Other than that, that's
Okay.
the only two places.
Good deal. What can people do to help you before the April 5th election?
We have opportunities to canvass, to literature drop, to talk to people. If your ideals align with mine, I would greatly appreciate any assistance in doing so. Jen Rosebrock can be contacted, and we meet every Saturday morning at Price Cutter at the Starbucks to kind of plan on who's going to canvass where and what literature is going to be distributed. If you have a yard that's got a busy street, I'd appreciate a spot to put a sign maybe next week, and get out and vote and tell your friends. Tell everybody that's 18 and older to get out and vote. It's your constitutional privilege to vote.
Absolutely. Well, Mike Miller, I want to thank you for stepping up and answering the call to run for Nixa School Board. And thank you for doing your part in saving this great nation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We need the help of all freedom-loving Americans. Number 1, vote for Mike Miller on Tuesday, April 5th. Number 2, contact Mike Miller's campaign and offer your help with knocking on doors, passing out literature, and spreading the word. Number 3, put Mike Miller's yard sign in your yard if you haven't already. Number 4, hold Mike Miller's sign at your polling location on Election Day. Get your friends and family involved and hold these signs for different shifts throughout the day. And number 5, please share this video. We the people of Missouri endorse Mike Miller for Nixa School Board. If you would like to do even more to help save America, please visit us at wethepeopleofmissouri.org.